That was new to even us here at Xpose. It's eyebrow
cloning.
What? Yeah, they've come a long way since Dolly the sheep.
Yes, well, of course, stress, overplucking, childbearing and the menopause can all cause the hair in our brows to fall out. But now you can have your brows drawn on in a semi-permanent treatment called Embrowdery. Take a look. Elaine, you headed to Hong Kong a few months back and you came back with Embrowdery. Tell us what it is.
It was actually a couple of years ago at this stage, yeah. I went over because I was trying to find something between a HD brow and a semi-permanent brow, something that was easier for people to decide and to get, whereas semi-permanent seemed like a big jump. So I went over to Hong Kong, went to a beauty show over there, and I discovered this eyebrow cloning, is what it's called over there. And I immediately hopped up in the bed myself and let them go at me and was absolutely delighted with the results.
Elaine now offers the treatment at her salon Up to My Eyes in Greystones. And today, Xpose viewer Karen put it to the test. You started one brow today because it takes a couple of hours. You started one. Bring us through it now on the second one, what you did.
Okay, so initially draw the brow first, okay? And that can take up to an hour to get the face shape right, because it doesn't matter how fancy the strokes are if the face, if the actual brow isn't the right shape for the person who's wearing it. So we try to make it as natural as possible by just sticking to the supraorbital ridge, which is the fatty tissue where your brow should be. So we don't go onto the skin, which is more like a hasty brow look. We keep it completely natural looking. And then when the client is obviously happy with the shape of the brow that we have designed, then we start doing strokes. So all we're using is a manual tool. There's no oscillating needle or anything like that. It's just plucking up the skin. We're not even cutting down. We're plucking up the skin, and as we're doing that, we're perforating 15 tiny little holes into the skin, and we're leaving a trail of pigment there. So then you have macrophages in your white blood cells. They come up, grab hold of it, and then they bring it down themselves, over the next 3 to 5 days. So Karen's brows will start to look, they're starting to sink. So they will look even more natural in about 3 to 5 days' time, and then they'll keep on fading. They need a second and a third layer. But the beauty of that is that she has choice then. If she doesn't want to come back to us, they probably will be gone by the middle of the summer. Whereas if she comes back to us, then we start to make them semi-permanent. So we put another layer in, and then a month after they go, we put another layer in. And each time we can change. We can change the colours, we can change the shape, we can add length, whichever the client decides,
Okay, but people get addicted and then they need it because it really has defined Karen today. I really see a difference. But there's no downtime, there's no redness, and she told me it didn't hurt her.
Absolutely. It feels like plucking. That's all it feels like.
Tell us, how long does it take and how much is it?
Well, it'll always take 2 hours, the first session. Altogether the treatment is $460 and it's broken down. You pay in instalments as you come along.
And people can read up more about them on Up to My Eyes website.
Yes, or on Embrowdery.ie. We're as well.
Clever that. Very good. Right.